Like most of the government, Trump has now decided that the craziest people that he knows, the craziest people that we are forced to think about and sometimes talk about, should dictate who literally guards our national security. And I'm not talking about Elon Musk, as you can see there. No, she's back. It's Laura Loomer. Remember, she was on the campaign trail with Trump a whole bunch. All those rumors started to pop up, and then things got uncomfortable, so she fled back into the darkness or whatever. No, she's back, and not just the campaign. She apparently has an issue with individual members of the NSA, or sorry, from the N.S.C, so the National Security Council, including the head of the NSA. She has, and I'm sure it's based on good data and research, issues with these people. So she had an Oval Office meeting with the President of the United States, with these intelligence and national security officials, where she went off about how they're disloyal and they can't be trusted and all that. And coming out of this, a bunch of them were fired. They lost their jobs, presumably because one of the dumbest and craziest, most conspiratorial and smooth-brained individuals on the planet went on a rant against them. She apparently brought a booklet of papers where she had instances of their perceived disloyalty, and she brought that there. And so apparently more people might even be fired coming out of this. And again, bearing in mind, we just take as a given that if it turns out that they're personally disloyal to Donald Trump, it doesn't matter what their qualifications or experience are. Obviously, they have to be fired instantly, and in fact, they were. Now, Trump is saying it wasn't Loomer. Okay, he said he had spoken with Loomer on Wednesday and said she made some hiring recommendations, but denied that she had anything to do with the N.S.C firings. He did say that he listened to her recommendations, quote, like I do with everybody. I listen to everybody and then I make a decision. Well, she is now crowing about this on social media, implying that it was directly a result of her. But just to be clear, the cover story of the president, who is not a puppet, okay, he's in charge, he makes the decisions, was that it's a coincidence that Laura Loomer, who was in the White House for some reason, in the Oval Office with a meeting with the president, despite all of her insane anti-Semitic, anti-Islamophobic comments, her weird stunts, chaining herself to Twitter, the ridiculous and embarrassing, humiliating activities that she's been up to, is there. She tells him to fire these people. He does it, but not because she told him. He was already gonna fire those specific people. It's just a coincidence that she brought it up at that time. All right, what do you think?
Listen, this Loomer chick, she sounds pretty smart. Every time I've seen her talking about stuff, like she seems to really have it together. She's mostly human from what I understand. And you know what? She's just making suggestions. How could I blame her for making suggestions? It's Trump who follows through on it. This is the most random story where like crazy internet meme walks into a White House, has a conversation with Trump and fires everybody. Like, need I remind you, just go back and look at videos of Laura Loomer freaking out because she lost everything because she is the worst. And now she's in the White House. Like, I can't tell you how many left-wing creators I would pray can make their way into the White House to make tangible recommendations to the president of the United States. That's not a bad thing. There are plenty of good ones out there, but here they bring the dregs of the bottom of a sewage container and drop them off in the White House to give recommendations to the president that it seems like he followed through on.
I don't even, like, I wanna make an analogy. I don't know who would be the left's Laura. I don't think we have a person this. When I say she's crazy, I say a lot of people are crazy, and I mean it sliding scale of being hyperbolic and really meaning it. She is actually out of her goddamn mind. Just look in her eyes. She should not be responsible for her own life. It's not in her best interest. She desperately needs help, and she's not getting it. This is not the help she needs, by the way. Firing power over national security officers, just to be clear.
It's more like occasionally there's a dog that selects the winner of the World Cup correctly sometimes.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. Or an octopus, I think, did it once. It's having the octopus make the decisions for the country. And you find out, oh, it was just food motivated and it thought the food in the left bowl was tastier.
Absolute madness we live in. And by the way, and again, that's the crazy part. We just have to slide over the fact that Donald Trump has literally said We can bring up the graphic. They have loyalties to other people. Can you imagine if Joe Biden fired a bunch of top national security officers and he was like, oh, they had loyalties to other people? Oh my God. But again, we're so many levels past that in terms of crazy.